Hi everyone, I had a lovely viewer request for me to do a video on the cover stitch. Now this is my cover stitch, along with some beautiful toddler drawings right here. It's a little different than the serger, which is right over here. They do look very similar, but they do different things. So for this, I use it to hem all of my pieces. Let me see if I have an example. Here's a quick example on some sleeves. You can see that it has 2 rows of stitches, and then on the inside it finishes off the edge just like this. So all I had to do was fold it and then just cover stitch right over like this. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration. These are the settings that I have on my cover stitch and what has been working for me for about the past year that I've had it. So we have our 2 needles. It actually has the capability of having 3 needles, but I just use these 2, the yellow and the pink, and I have those set on 2. And believe it or not, my looper is all the way as low as it can go to 0. And then here's what it looks like on the inside. All you really have to do is figure out how to thread this part, but it has, a whole little demonstration pictures for you, so it's really simple, and then you just do the needles and it's really quick. It's a lot faster than threading your serger. And then on the side I just have it at a stitch length of 1, and oh wait, no, I think that's the differential. Sorry, the differential I have at 1 and the stitch length is 4. Sorry if you can't really see that, but there it is. And now I'm going to do a quick little demonstration. I do have some things to hem today. Before I start with the demonstration, I wanted to give you guys a little tip so you can see that I'm using my 2 needles. And I'm going to add a little sticker to help guide how I fold my fabric, because with this you're going to be stitching on the right side, so you won't be able to tell what's going on at the bottom, but with a little sticker it should help. So I just lined it up right here, right where the needle's at, and it's just coming down like this. You could use something colorful, but this is all I had at the moment. Okay, hopefully this angle works out, but I have this little crop top that I'm going to hem, and I'm actually going to turn it right side out. So here is my little crop top that I want to hem at the bottom, and all I'm going to do for this crop top is a 1/2 inch hem. So because we have to stitch at the top and we can't see the bottom, what I like to do is start in the back, and I'm going to take my fabric and just fold it in a 1/2 inch, so like this. And I kind of just eyeball it. Since I've been using the cover stitch, I kind of know what a 1/2 inch is already. So just like this, a 1/2 inch. And then what you're going to do is place it under, and I'm going to line it up with this other side over here. Sorry, you can't see that. Here's where I'm going to line it up. I'm going to line up the fold of the fabric, so to this line right here. There's this huge line. That's going to be my 1/2 inch. And then if you remember the sticker, underneath is where I'm lining up the edge of the fabric. So right on that edge, sorry it's a little out of focus, but you can see the edge is going to line up with my little sticker. So that's going to be my 1/2 inch. So then when I start sewing, we're going to put our presser foot down. And again, I'm just going to fold it to that 1/2 inch and make sure that it's lining up. And then we're just going to start. And then every once in a while, when I have to fold again, I just do the same thing. I grab my fabric, hold it up, see where my little guidelines are. It's a little big right now. So you just want to, it's a little big right now, so you just want to line it up again. So we have our 2 guides. So whenever you're about to check, you just want to make sure that it lines up with those 2. And we're going again, and then you lift it up and check. You see how it's lining up perfectly with the sticker and with that little crease right here. So that's all you want to do. Put you guys back over here so I can finish it up. And then the only other thing I wanted to show you guys is how it goes over this serge seam. I think some people worry that it's going to be too bulky, but I've never had issues with that. So there, I just went over it, and now I'm going to go all around and show you what I do to finish it off. So I'm almost to the point where I started. So I'm just going to clip the threads from the bottom. From the bottom and from the top. And now what you want to do is keep going, and I'll show you how I make sure that everything lines up. So I'm about to hit that very starting point. And on this machine, there's actually these little 2 points on the foot, the presser foot. You can see those tiny little points. They line up right where the needles are at. So I'm going to make sure that I line up my existing stitches right to where those little points are at. And that's how I'm going to make sure that I overlap in the right spot. And I do go slower in this part, and then I'm just going to go about 1 inch. Okay, now comes the tricky part. For some reason, getting these threads out is a little difficult, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So what I like to do is grab the needle threads from here, just like this, in my hand, but I also press these 2 little arrows up here to the side. So you see how it's like this? I'm going to press each one to the side at the same time. I'm going to do those at the same time, and when I'm doing that, I'm going to pull the threads out. So let me set you guys back over here. So you want to push the arrows up top. I don't know if you can see up top. And then I'm going to pull out those threads just like this. I like to pull them out about where the start of the machine is at. And then I'm going to take my trusty scissors, put my presser foot up, so the lever up, and I'm going to dig them out from underneath. You want to make sure your needles are all the way up. So I'm going to dig out those threads from underneath, and then I'm just going to clip them. And now you should be able to just pull out your garment, and the stitches will be locked in place, so you can just clip these threads in the back. And there we have our hem. You could see how, sorry, I'm trying to get in focus here. You can see how nice it looks, and it lined up pretty dang perfectly, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty proud of this right here. So hopefully that helped. Sorry if I was ever out of frame. It is kind of hard to film these videos. I'm not really used to it. Okay, so that was it for the cover stitch. I have the 2340. And the only other things I can think of are, oh yeah, the type of needles that I use are 8012 sharps. If I can find a link for those, I'll let you know. Those needles were recommended to me by a Coverstitch group, actually. I'll link the group down below as well. And these settings have been working for me, but I do want to stress that they might not work for everybody. Every machine is different, no matter if it's the same model. It's also different, you know, depending on the fabrics that you're using. I mainly use double brush poly, but these settings have worked for waffle knit and rib knit as well as cotton lycra. So it is pretty standard for me, but every once in a while I have to adjust things here and there. So the group should help with that. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day, y'all.